team that Kathy Nims and I co-chair together, and we all come together once a month, and we are the ones that go out and get all the bids, and we always have at least 3 bids, so we're bringing that information to the board. And our next endeavor is going to be electrical. So I want to let you know that that will be coming up soon. We might even do some sort of a campaign on it to help raise funds to get the electrical done. And I'd just like to introduce the people, or just stand up if you're on the building team and you're out there. Thank you so much. And next, but certainly not least, as last March, we had 5 people elected to the board, and we were short 1 person, so I would like to call Steve up, wherever Steve is. Okay, well, maybe he'll be in here in a minute, but he's out ushering. Can somebody ask him to come in? Thanks. Anyway, Steve is our newest board member, and he will be joining us. So, and he's being drug in here as we speak. So, yes, he is a busy man. All right, give him a hand. So with Steve, he was absolutely 100% unanimous across all of these crazy women that he now gets to work with. And we're just so happy to have him with us and rounding out our board. So we now have 6 members of the board. So we're very excited about that. Yeah. All right. Thank you all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody this morning?
Good.
I will have you join me in the mission statement. And for those who are seated in the back rows, we do have some sheets that you can look at if you can't see our monitors here. So, all right. We are an affirming, heart-centered community, co-creating spiritual evolution and illuminating pathways to the divine presence.
You hear me okay? God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Oh, I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Oh, I give thanks. Hang on, I'm getting there. God is my source. There it is. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Oh, I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Hi, everyone. I'm Forrest, if you don't know. I'm your prayer chaplain for today. And after service, I'll be in the meditation little blue room. If anyone has a prayer request, I'm happy to pray with you. Also, outside, just underneath this big window is a box, a prayer box that you can leave a request for a prayer, and it'll be prayed for over 30 days, right, from Unity Village. All right, so onward with what I have to present. Yes, and I have a helper. Hold on. There it is. I have a poem for you, and I needed a mic holder. Thank you very much, Nelson. All right.
You and Mike stand.
Here we go, down here. All right. You're perfect. Divine stillness. I wrote this with Shenna in mind. Your rainbow brought me here. My soul sees deeply. I see you. The rock and under, you are there. I feel thee. Inside the tree, I walk around and hug. I feel thee. Resting back on Mother Earth, by that rock and tree, surrounded with your flowers, I'm breathing your sweet fragrance. My toes play in the water of that cool, cool river. I feel thee. I float in this sacred moment. It lifts and embraces me as I embrace you. I know thee. Contentment is this divine stillness. I bow within. Gratitude ripples.
Oh, beautiful. So I have the incredible privilege of being your musician today and the person who gets to speak. And I'm going to start with this song. I played this one time here months ago because it sets up my talk. And my talk is kind of the juxtaposition of the physical and the spiritual, which we all are, right? We talk about that a lot here in Unity. And the morning I wrote this song, I was not in a good space. I was really struggling, kind of yearning for this, to feel connected. And am I a little too close to this? Is that a little better? And I sat down at the piano, just feeling kind of desolate, and this song kind of dropped out. Move me, Lord, that I may find your precious heart inside of mine. And as it beats and we draw near, I offer you my doubt and fear. You have formed a space in me that only you can fill. Tenderly pour into me all that is your will. Move me, Lord, that I may reach into the deepest part of me and silent there beneath the storm, where all is still, where we are born. Move me, Lord, like drops of rain, creeping down my window pane. Reflected there, your setting sun, a rainbow world in every one. Move me, Lord, but move me slow, like ferns unfurl, like twirling snow, like wind and sky blend into one, like we abide, me and your precious Son. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to move a lot today. Back in I'm not going to tell the story of my son, Andrew. Most of you have heard this story. My son Andrew died by suicide in May 19th of 2016. And it took my wife and I and my daughter and all of his friend group on an extraordinary journey, which of course we're still in the middle of. You know, it's been 10 years now, and this year has actually been the worst that I've had in probably 4 or 5 years in terms of grieving on that the grieving process. I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but 10 years seems momentous in some strange way. About 2 years after he died, I started a journaling protocol, and the journaling protocol was kind of mystical in nature. So the idea was basically to get up every morning before I do any kind of reading or, emails or Facebook or anything like that, to sit with a journal and clear my mind and ask questions of Jesus. For me, it was Jesus. It could be God, it could be Holy Mother, it could be Earth Mother. My teacher taught that, whatever you believe, whatever your field of source is for you, is where you go. Okay. And I had a mystical experience with Jesus 40 years ago, in March of literally 40 years ago. And he appeared to me. I was meditating. I was studying to be a priest at the time. And he appeared right here. And he reached down, and my chest opened up. And he touched the top left-hand side of my chest and of my heart. And as soon as he touched that spot, he touched my mother's death, which had happened at the time 5 years before. And I started sobbing. And he just stayed there. He stayed here and stared deeply into my eyes. And I'm crying, weeping, staring into these beautiful, beautiful, welcoming eyes. And after minutes, the pain dissipated. And I know what it is. It's me touching this. Yeah. The pain dissipated. I'm still too loud. What's that? Yeah. Let's see if that works. Is that a lot better? The pain dissipated, but he wasn't done. And he reached down to the bottom of the right-hand side of my heart, which in the world of metaphysics is the future. I didn't know that at the time. I actually didn't know that for 30-plus years. And when he touched that spot on the bottom of my heart, I burst into tears again and sobbed, but I had no idea what it was about. There was no insight. There was no, like, oh my goodness, this is it. He held this gaze, and he gave me a small smile and did this with his tongue. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it online, Zoomies. I'm just touching my tongue to my lips like a mother would do when a child has hurt themselves. Like a tisk, tisk, okay? And he smiled very, very tenderly and never said a word and was gone. And I came out shaking. And I was studying to be a priest. There was 36 guys in my class that we were all on this retreat together. And I told the story, and nobody knew what to do with it. It was, we don't really, and this is still true now. We don't really know what to do when we are confronted with something that is otherworldly, that is mystical, that doesn't fit into our little category of the physical, right? We just don't know how to handle that. And it was received, but not really. And I could feel this kind of tension in the room when I told the story. And I ended up deciding at some point within a week of that that I wasn't going to tell that story again, and I didn't for 30 plus years. I told my wife, I told my kids, and that was it. And after Andrew died, one of the first questions I asked Jesus was, what was that experience about? And he said, I needed you to know that when the hard thing happened, that I would be present to you, that you were not alone. So what I want to impart to you today is this. We are, and we talk about this in Unity all the time. We talk about the fact that we are physical beings, or that we are spiritual beings incarnate, having a physical experiencing. Okay, right? We discuss that all the time, and that's it's far more powerful than we realize, because there's also a whole world that we generally can't touch. Okay, it's very hard for us to touch this other place that's really our home. It's really our home. In the Course in Miracles and books like that, they say that what we're doing here, and a lot of native customs say this too, we're dreaming this reality, right? We're dreaming this reality. And that, when we actually pass, we're like, it's like waking up. We're like, whoa, what the hell is that? And I think that's really true. I mean, but we are here for a reason, though. And even though we may have forgotten, whatever was before, right, or whatever is coming after, we still are living in a reality that is informed by that, and that will inform that. We're here doing something powerful, really, really powerful. We're learning incredible lessons. We're making awful mistakes. We're doing beautiful things. We're learning how to love, right? We're also learning how to hate. These things inform each other, right? We understand, in the world of duality, we understand things by virtue of their opposite. Okay? I understand hunger better because I've been hungry. When I get food, I appreciate it so much more. I got a teaching and a journaling session one time, and Jesus said, you have no idea what it's like to be a mother in Uganda who's holding their child who's starving to death in their arms and be handed a cup of rice that she can feed her child. I cannot know that experience, okay, in my world of plenty here. How do we move towards this thing? I'm going to read a small passage, and this is a reframe for you, okay? I literally opened to this page. I have probably 18 journals now, with each of which has 100 to 200 pages. And I was praying this morning saying, God, I need, give me something that I can share from this experience. And this is what happened. And this is me struggling again, okay? So that song kind of was in a similar time. I said, God, I just feel so messed up right now. This is the response. Dear child, let me hold you. You are not lost. When you are searching, it feels like you will never acquire what your heart desires. Instead, step into this truth. I am finding. I am finding. Present time moves me past my despair. I am finding us. I am finding us. I am finding us in every heartbeat, in every breath. I find us in every step and in every stumble. I find us in every rock and tree, in every sparrow song and snow call and crow call. We are engrossed in discovery, lost in touching the edge of mystery. We are here, hopeful for this miracle that is already tangible. This both and again, this miracle that is already tangible. Okay? So I want to continue with that, but I just realized that I didn't do a meditation, but I'm already kind of into it right now. So if you wouldn't mind closing your eyes with me. And I want you to strip away the self that you think you are. Just forget. Forget John. Forget Lorelei. Forget Linda. And go deep underneath all of that stuff. And there's a place inside of you that is still, that's quiet, that knows that nothing is wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with how you're living. There's nothing wrong with your circumstances. You are loved. You're loved completely, with no barrier at all. I am loved by this precious God who created me, whom I'm inside of right now. This church houses love. The sky houses love. The stars, eternity houses love. And you are part of that. We are literally part of each other, inseparable. This heart that's beating inside of you moves out in every direction in a field that we can feel but can't see. Everyone here is touching each other. There's really only one of us here. Let's fall into that. Those who've gone before are part of that. Those who are still coming to be are part of that. We're living inside of God, and God is inside of us. There's nothing to be done. You're perfect right now. Allow yourself to know that you're not alone. Feel your feet on the floor and gently come back to me now. If you want to change the world, change yourself. Right? Because what we're talking about now is we are in fact one. We are literally God, Godding, and God is also outside of us, right? Again, this is a both and, okay? But it is not you. If you want to change the world, change yourself. But it's not you who are going to be doing the changing of you. Okay? You, or this idea of you, is not what does the changing. The changing happens because we allow ourselves to experience the mind of God, or the heart of God, if you prefer that language. I do. The semantics don't matter. But in unity, I have been coming here for more than 25 years. We speak about each of us being the expression of the mind of the divine, right? We are each God expressing, okay? And I love that. At the end of every service, we speak a great truth. The light of God surrounds us. What is it? I am that love. I am that light. The presence of God watches over us. Exactly right. The power of God watches over us. Exactly right. These things are in us. They are in us now. We are both that which is expressing God and the God who is presence and is expressing God's self, itself, himself, herself. We are both that which In the Course in Miracle, there is a wonderful quote that expresses this idea. Compassion made me compassionate. Tenderness made me tender. Love made me loving. Holiness made me holy. Do you see it? That this is this. They are already locked in. The idea that we are separate from God is the lie. That's the lie. That's the lie of self, the lie of ego, okay? I am hurting, so I must be separate from God. Okay? Last week, how many people were here last week? Okay, Reverend Jerry, correct? Yeah. Said a really powerful thing for me, because I live in this tandem world of beauty and mysticism and joy and wonder and pain. And he said, sometimes in unity we have this thing where it's called what's the word for positive thinking? Affirmation, right? That's not quite right. All those things. This idea of abundance, but we hold it almost aggressively. I can't remember exactly the word he used, but it's like aggressive positive thinking. Okay? What's that? Toxic positivity. Thank you, Charlotte. Toxic positivity. And that this has been one of my personal gripes with the new thought churches, okay? Because it's not that abundance thinking and abundance and stepping into that, right, manifesting of your life is not true, as he said last week. But he said when he lost his spouse on the floor of the Houston airport, he came back from that and was trying to talk himself out of his grief. That's crap. Okay? That's not okay. Because we live in the physical too, we are here to experience the whole kit and caboodle. Everything is important for us. And that means grieving when it's appropriate to grieve. It means saying, yes, I am hurting right now. Yes, I am suffering. Right? Those things are powerful. Yes, I am sick. Okay? And that's not all. I'm still in process. Right? I'm still moving. I'm still engaging with this beautiful divine source that loves me inherently, that is always connected to me forever. Those things are both true. Okay? So I'm saying this because if you want to take something home, take home the idea that you're living life in tandem with God at all times. And it doesn't matter if you mess up. I was journaling, there's no greater pain for a parent than to have their child die by suicide, right? This is the greatest loss, right? Because what you do for the first 2 years, and I did this, is you say, what did I do wrong? I'm filled with shame. I'm filled with guilt. I'm just suffering in ways that I could never have dreamed, right? And at some point, I recognize we are each, and my son was, we hold our own destiny. Okay, our souls are here to do work, and some of that work may be really, really difficult. And it may be, as it was in his case, exiting early. Okay? At some point, I have to accept that I'm not responsible for his choice. Right? Okay? So, that's powerful too. Right? In recovery work, we talk a lot about, I can't control, I didn't cause it, I can't control it, I can't cure it. Okay? The alcoholic or the whatever person in my life that's struggling with this has their own higher power that they are working with right now. Whatever my feelings about it are immaterial. Okay, they're doing their work. However it looks to me, it's none of my business. Which is really, really hard to say. Really, really hard to say, okay? But it's true. Because again, I'm entwined with them, and they are also their own being. And we are all entwined with them, and we are all, separate in this bizarre kind of way in this incarnation. I just played that song, and I ended with this line: "Move me, Lord, that I may move me, Lord, but move me slow. But move me slow, okay? Because this is the way nature works, and this is the way God works, okay? We get incrementally, we grow a little, and we make a mistake, and then we move forward a little bit, and then we make a mistake. Then we may make a cataclysmic leap, right? And then we backstep, right? Move me, Lord, but move me slow, like drops of rain, like twirling snow, like wind and sky blend into one, like we abide, me and your precious Son. Lovely, right? What I love the most about that is the rhyme of abide. That word abide. How many people here have seen the ridiculous movie, The Great Lebowski, or The Big Lebowski? Right? Okay. What does the dude do? The dude abides. The dude abides. And there's an incredible, that movie is brilliant in ways that I've probably seen it 5 or 6 times. Because the dude, who is played by Jeff Bridges, he's got the free flowing thing, whatever, because the dude abides, he's living in this moment, whatever, and then his closest friend is played by John Goodman, okay, right, whose name is Walter Kopchak, or what was it? Walter, right. He's a Slavic name, okay? And he plays it perfectly. And what he is, and for me, he represents this, exactly what we're talking about. He represents this guy who's completely caught up in ego, okay? He's angry. He's legalistic, right? He is like, he's talking about the rules of bowling all the time, You're over the line! You can't do that, Norman! Right? Right? This whole thing. And meanwhile, the dude abides. Okay? So I am both the dude abiding and Walter. Okay? I'm doing, and we can all relate to it. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, you have to go see it. Okay? Or download it on Netflix or whatever. It's just a brilliant, and it's so funny and so incredibly powerful. The Coen brothers have an amazing ability to play with these ideas that we've been playing with for millennia, right? And present them in a whole different way. I wanted to point that out, because this idea of ego and soul, we're all on this, and this is what my teacher, Franny Rose, teaches. She says that we're all on this continuum, okay? On one side, we have complete ego. We think that I am Joe Uveges, musician, father, guy who's, talking this morning, right, this whole thing. And I'm also this eternal being that is expressing as God right now, okay? And I'm usually somewhere on this continuum, right? Sometimes I'm way the heck over here, okay? And sometimes I'm way over here. I'm feeling it, right? I'm feeling your poem. That was you right here, okay? But in the world of the physical, you can't really stay there. Okay, you can't really stay there because we keep getting called back into, I have an ache and a pain. I have a suffering with my, child. I have a feeling of not having enough money today. Okay, whatever it is, all these things that draw us back into the physical. So we're always moving on this bizarre continuum. This is a quote from Charles Fillmore. And this is a fascinating quote for me, okay? The universe was not created through illogical assumptions. Law is its foundation. There are no miracles in science. Jesus did no miracles. Wait, what? All of his marvelous works were done under laws that we may learn as he did. As the body is moved by the mind, in other words, I think I can move my arm, and I do, okay? So the mind is moved by ideas. Ideas of limits, ideas of abundance, ideas of health, ideas of sickness, ideas of addiction, ideas of sobriety. All these things are ideas, okay? And right here, this is what he says, and right here in the mind, we can find the secret of the universe. This is where Jesus differed from ordinary people. And this is one of the things I'm loving about what Tracy's bringing to this community. She's pulling a little more Jesus back into it, who for me is really important, partly because I had that crazy experience, right? but also because he did manifest, and arguably for the first time in history, in human history, this understanding. He knew that he was the Son of God. He came into it. He didn't know it at first, right? He moved into it. And when he's 12, he has that experience where he's preaching and everybody's like, wow, this kid really has it together. He really knows what he knows a lot about, Scripture here. And then he moves, and some say that he moved to the Far East. I have a dear friend who's Buddhist, who's from India. He says in their tradition, there are lots and lots of stories of Jesus having come to India, okay? I don't know, okay? But I like that idea because he's learning. He comes back here, he starts to teach, but he's not there yet. And what happens? He does something really crazy and powerful in the beginning of just before his real ministry. And does anybody remember what that was? Water. That was big. That wasn't it yet, though. It wasn't it yet. He did the thing that I'm going to ask you to do today that none of you are going to want to do. He went into the desert for 40 days and fasted. Right? And what is that? What is that? What is taking 40 days and praying in the desert? I mean, he had to drink water, right? Because you can't survive without water, right? But allegedly fasted for 40 days. What that is the thing that you and I are not willing to do. And that is to give God space. We fill up our lives. Phones, TV, radio, newspaper, books, devotional readings, conversations with friends, even praying Scripture. All these things, I'm not saying they're not valuable, but they're not space. They're not space. So if you want to go deeper, okay, if you're serious about going deeper and kind of accessing this extraordinary experience, there's a couple things that you can do. And the first thing is allow yourself to be quiet. Give yourself the gift of sitting and doing nothing. It's agony. It's awful, right? I mean, you could right now. Some of you are already home washing the dishes, or mowing the lawn, right? Or the conversation that's coming down the pike. You're not even here right now, okay? It's agony. It's agony to give up space, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, when you start doing this, you start having experiences that if you can say, oh my God, that was a miracle. Where did this bizarre thing come? And I said this before, I have removed the word bizarre occurrence from my life. Okay? I am removing the word coincidence from my life. Okay? These things are being directed. Angelic, God, spiritual beings are dropping, they're dropping this stuff into us. They're giving us these opportunities. My wife and I went on a 3-day trip to Huntington Beach. And the whole idea was it was for the two of us just to get away, from the difficulties of life, whatever. And and I like to go to the ocean, and we're there, and we're just having a great time, right? We're just having a great time. We go on the first day is just wonderful. We're on the beach. We jump in the ocean. It's cold. It was in June, but it was fabulous. It was just fabulous. On the second day, we're walking down the beach, and we're looking for shells, okay? And because I am quiet enough, we're not talking, okay? Because I'm quiet enough and I've learned enough to listen, I feel this look up. And I look up, and about 60 yards away, there's a man walking towards us. And the instant I saw him, I knew I wanted to hold him. I can't describe to you why. It just came into me, okay? And I said to Kristen, I said, it's going to sound kind of crazy, but when this guy gets close to me, I'm going to ask if I can hug him. And she said, okay. Because my wife is brilliant, and she knows I'm crazy, okay? And she's like, you do you, Joe, So we're walking towards him, and I am feeling this incredible sense of connection to this man. And he's African. I can feel that. There's something about how he's dressed. He's foreign to me, okay? And we get there, and I'm about from me to Nelson away, and I say, and he looks at me, and I smile, and he has earbuds in, and I say, can I give you a hug? And he hears it. And he takes his earbuds out, and he says, yes. And he steps into my arms, and we hold each other for, 10 seconds, all right? And he whispers in my ear, God bless you, my brother. God bless you. That I was like, oh, this is beautiful. My brother. I was like, what just happened? And I stepped back and I said, God bless you too, dear brother. Right? And and he went on his way. Right? I don't know who he is. I don't know where he's from. I don't know anything about him except, he had just the tiniest, it was an accent, it felt, African, maybe South African, I don't know. And I walked away from that, and it resonated with me so strongly because I felt like what had just happened was a teaching to me. This person, for whatever reason, I recognized something about him that was me. And he did it too. And he gave me the gift that I didn't realize I needed. Right? This recognition that the other is me. The other is me. Okay? So I know some of you struggle with, people that you hate. Okay? People that you find offensive. People that you're disturbed by. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the other. That's the other, that's you. And I'm going to go back to this. If you want to change the world, change yourself. Okay? I think that's all I wanted to say for you today. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Tammy, I got one more song I want to do, Karen, and then I'm going to have you. Okay, just give me one more song, yeah. Oh, no, I'm going to do it for the offertory. You're absolutely right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank God somebody around here knows what's going on.
If I could have the ushers come up, please. And let us say our sacred blessing together, all right? We hold our gift to our heart and fill it with love and peace. Know that it goes out into the world, blessed and multiplied, serving this community and the world to the fullest. And so it is.
have that slide? Here, no. The avatars one, guys. Who are we rock stars? Who are we avatars? Who are we dreamers and seekers and shooting stars? Who are we Buddhas, but who are we ready to be? Who are we rock stars? Who are we avatars? Who are we dreamers and seekers and shooting stars? Who are we Buddhas, but who are we ready to be? Well, all things are well in the land of the living, and all things are fine in the heart of the free. And I know that I am not just this moment. Come sing this song with me. Who are we rock stars? Who are we avatars? Who are we dreamers and seekers and shooting stars? Who are we Buddhas? But who are we ready to be? Yeah, you are so brave, ready and willing. You are so lovely to carry this weight. Thank you for every part of your being. And top of that, you're looking great. Well, who are we rock stars? Who are we avatars? Who are we dreamers, seekers and shooting stars? Who are we Buddhas, but who are we ready to be? Last time. Who are we rock stars? Who are we avatars? Who are we dreamers and seekers and shooting stars? Who are we Buddhas, but who are we ready to be? Who are you ready to be? Who am I? Who am I ready to be? You people
So
are crazy.
interested in clapping that I. Joe, thank you so much. So wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
Joe and Tammy, thank you so much for the music.
A hand
Wonderful.
for Tammy as well, please. Thank you. Thank you.
And we'd like to welcome any newcomers we may have today. We invite you to fill out our visitor form if you would like to and sign up for our newsletter. And then come have lunch with us in the fellowship hall, right down there, just after service here. And what's today? It's the 2nd of August, but it's August, so it's the first Sunday, and it's time for us to celebrate birthdays. Birthdays. And so one thing, the flowers this morning are from Linda to celebrate Richard's birthday on the 5th. Yay! Yay! All right, so let's honor Richard and everybody by singing the birthday song. Okay? We have our voices. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, babies. Happy birthday to you. I would like to ask Charlotte and Lorelei to come up and tell us about the Metaphysical Festival. Please.
She gets to talk this time.
Oh, thank you. We are having a metaphysical and craft fair August 12th, Saturday, August 12th. September. Oh, God. Thank you. September. See, that's why you should be talking. September 12th. And we'd like for all of you to come. If you have a special gift, like you do tarot cards or crystals, anything like that, or if you're a crafter, please sign up with us and come and sell your goods and work with us. We would love to have you. Can you think of something else?
Yes, we are now half complete with our vendor sign up. We are looking for 10 more vendors. I've been out fishing this weekend at the farmers market. If you know of someone, if you are someone, if you would like to be someone, please get in touch with us. Go on the website, ask after the service, sign up, and on the day, bring yourself, bring your neighbors, bring your friends. Next week, we will be posting a volunteer sign up because we can't do this by ourselves. We need help, and we got it so good last year. I'm looking forward to seeing who steps up and shines on those days, a couple of days before the event. So we're excited, and it's coming, and what else can I say? I guess I could shut up and sit down.
Charlotte will now shut up and sit down. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. All right. The Scrappy Quilters Group are meeting Tuesday, August 4th, from 9:30 to 12:30 in the Fellowship Hall, and to make quilts and no-sew blankets for the West Side Cares and Children's Hospital. So if you're interested in sewing, please, join them. And please see the ladder at the back of the sanctuary because those beautiful quilts are there by the group, and they are available to purchase. The Metaphysical group meets this Thursday, August 6th, from 6 to 7:30 here at Unity. And this week, the group will hear a near-death experience, but it's a personal story from our very own Mike Malavic. So, and the group meets the first and third Thursdays, so everyone is welcome. The men's group, the Men of Unity, will be meeting this Saturday, August 8th, from 8:30 to 10 in Fellowship Hall. So join the group for morning coffee, light pastry, and fellowship. The group meets on the second and fourth Saturdays, and if you'll see Don Turner for any group information you'd like. Our fellowship foods, so that's for our potluck every Sunday after worship. And so the word potluck cannot run smoothly without our potluck people, so without our prepared foods and donations. So please review our weekly newsletter. You can scroll to the bottom, and that says what we're going, kind of what the theme is every week. And to see what, like today was, I read it. Thank you. Taste of August. What does August taste like? Yes. I guess our August birthdays can't you? And we also need assistance after we've eaten with the table cleaning, the dishes, the food put away, and so much more. So Jackie is our fellowship team leader who is busy in there right now. Thank heavens. Yay, Jackie. So you can see her. And then as always, remember to check the Unity newsletter, all the bulletin boards, the online calendar, and the Facebook page for updates. Okay. And Debbie, or do we Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, if you will come up and lead us.
One thing I did want to say, last Sunday, someone said they thought that they weren't sure if there was going to be programming for kids. Otherwise, they would have brought their granddaughter. So please know that we always are prepared to meet with children. And you can bring your grandkids or your neighbors' kids, etc. And it's always their choice. If they'd rather sit with you, that's fine too. But just know that that's always available for you. I'll also have the cutest book. It's the 5 Unity Principles for Kids back in fellowship today, so you can look at it. And then I'm going to ask for Phyllis's help to put a couple copies in the library. So if you ever want to check out that book, I already have mine in my chest for future grandchildren. It's a really cute book. So please say our affirmation that we're drawing children to our program. We affirm that our children are drawn here in love and joy. They come with open hearts, curious and guided by spirit. Together, we create a sacred, playful space where young hearts are welcomed. And as they arrive, our community grows brighter and more alive. And so it is.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Now, if you would all stand, if you can, and then let's do our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.